so excited to sit down and chat with my next guest and introduce her to you. She is a champion for women. She believes in your strength, your capabilities, and most importantly, she believes in you at the core. Diljeet Taylor is the renowned women's cross-country head coach at Brigham Young University. She has led her team to numerous victories on both local, national, and even global stages too. Named the 2020 to 2021 Women's Cross-Country Coach of the Year, Diljeet is celebrated not just for her accolades, but for the confidence and sense of belonging she instills in everyone she meets. We'll note she's also a dedicated wife and mom to 2 boys. We are so honored, sister, to have you here on Studio 5. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're a busy gal. Thanks for your time. And everyone's kind of buzzing about you. When you hear that resume tick, is that a blush? Is that a wow? How do you respond to that?
It's a little bit of both, but mostly just humbly proud.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. You're impressive. We could go on and on, but I know your goal is to turn the focus of the work you're doing outward. You're the ultimate champion for women, especially young girls. And I'm curious to know, Diljeet, has this always been sort of what, like a buzz point, a passion point, or can you identify, pinpoint a moment where this became kind of your thing? Like, I want to empower women.
You know, I think it stems from my childhood.
Okay.
And just growing up in an Indian culture, realizing early on that I don't want to really live by these gender norms. And so maybe being slightly rebellious about that, but then just being really inspired about having a dream and wanting to have the courage to chase it. And that's really where it stemmed from. So I would say my childhood has definitely been my motivating factor for that.
And I won't ask you about limiting factors or pushback, but did that motivate you further, assuming you faced some of that, or?
It's inspired me.
It's inspired you. I like that. Like any amazing coach, and you are a fantastic coach, I know you push your athletes toward the skills and the strength and the endurance, but any good coach will speak and champion life skills as well. Is there one life skill, if I were to hold your feet to the fire, that you hope your ladies, your athletes, walk away from your program with?
It's really important to me that they become empowered women. So that empowerment piece is huge, but women who are also grateful. So empowered and grateful. Those 2 skills will serve them for a lifetime.
You know what? That's not a word I was expecting to hear, and it's a word that I think should be celebrated more. How do you promote gratitude in your program? What does that look like?
Yeah, our team culture is faith, trust, love, built on gratitude. So it's the entry point to all that we do, and I myself try to model that the gratitude lens at all times. And I think 5 years into the program, 4 years, women leave, and it's instilled in them, and so they carry it forward.
That's awesome. That's one of those characteristic strengths that, I mean, really, if you have it and it is built into you as you describe, it serves you in every single corner of life, wouldn't you say?
And the people around you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. You've said and you believe that as a society we are failing young women. How so?
With the technology, which has been so great, but the focus has become, especially for young women that aren't ready to kind of handle the pressures of social media, but the focus is followers and being flawless. I think that when women feel like young women feel like they're in a position to not be able to measure up, and these silent messages that they're receiving that start at a young age of you are not enough, it's super important in those critical adolescent years for them to hear the voices that they are enough and what they're doing is enough and who they want to become is enough.
And what would be the change point, do you think? I mean, obviously that's a big societal shift. Is there one baby step you'd like to see us take that would push us as a society more toward that empowering message?
Yeah, just connecting your self-worth and reminding young women and girls to connect their self-worth to who they want to become and who they are rather than what they do. And I think that can change their mindset, so then they look at themselves for those intrinsic qualities about themselves versus the external stuff.
Which is so fascinating, coming from a coach who does have to push women to a point of success, or to a certain time or to a certain distance. Is that just a message you're constantly trying to speak around?
Yeah, I'm very intentional about it.
Yeah.
I think moving into that intentionality with it is, yes, we want to be the best that we can be.
Right.
Not fall into the comparison trap, be empowered, be grateful, and I get to do it through sport. So running is such a beautiful place to teach those life lessons, but again, it's about understanding that no matter what you do, you are enough as you are. And we want to start that younger and younger, which is what motivated me to probably what our next topic is.
You wrote a book?
Yes.
You wrote a book about this very topic. It's called Believe in Her, Why Girls Need Confidence and How to Cultivate It. You said this in the pages: the way you structure your home has a profound and lasting impact on your children. Give it everything you've got, because in a very real sense, our girls are counting on us. So let's transfer that message to the home. What does that look like to create a home? Knowing a lot of women, wives, mothers, grandmothers even are watching this show and this conversation, what does a home that promotes that or complements that attitude look like?
Whatever you place emphasis and value on is what these young girls are going to place emphasis and value on. So when we're giving feedback and complimenting young girls, make sure that we're really staying in tune to the effort part of what they're trying to do and focus on that over praising the outcome.
So saying the time you put into those piano lessons or the effort you put into that run.
Yes.
And praising that.
Yes, so they're not attached to the outcome. If you're praising a good outcome only, there's this fear of failure that starts to be born.
And it is a self-catch. I'm thinking through the mothering lens. It is a self-catch because the outward world does so loudly champion and celebrate the success points, right?
We want to celebrate those.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
The race you won, but I do think it has to be this constant effort to acknowledge the in-between moments.
Yeah, celebrate the outcome, praise the journey.
You're kind of like a walking bumper sticker. PM that. You wrote a lot as well about the father-daughter relationship. And you said the father-daughter relationship becomes the cornerstone upon which a young girl builds her own self-esteem, confidence, and resilience. Speaking to that dynamic, what is one essential thing that dads need to do to build that confidence that we want our girls to possess?
Building a really strong relationship with your daughter at an early age, understanding what are her passions, what are her dreams, what are the things that make her excited, and then investing in those, really investing in those and making sure that you also find a passion for the things that she's passionate about. So kind of meet her where she's at. And I know, and the research shows, that that changes the way girls feel about themselves and what they're willing to try.
You value this relationship so much, you created this like dad weekend at BYU.
Yeah, Girl Dad. We co-founded Girl Dad 4 years ago, and it's an opportunity for dads and daughters to come spend the weekend on campus learning about some of the research of what they need to do to invest in their daughters, but also talking to these young girls about the importance of dreams and investing in those dreams and what it looks like to chase a dream. I'm really passionate about that.
We have a very quick 30 seconds. I know there are 4 words that kind of maybe act as a summation to everything you've said. I believe in you. You say that a lot to your athletes. How can we show that to our girls in our homes? What's one way we can do that?
Say it.
Say it out loud.
Say it out loud. Write it on a note card. Put it up on their mirror that they look at that every day.
I love it. This was, I feel pumped up. It wasn't for me, but I feel the energy and the steam behind your attitude and the momentum you're carrying into this program and beyond. So thank you for sharing it with us today.
Thank you.
Diljeet, we appreciate it. Where can we find the book?
Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Amazon will link you over from our website.